Hey guys, and welcome to another walk around video. Today we're going to be featuring this 1979 BMW R100. It does have dual spark plug conversion for the heads there, which is a pretty cool upgrade. And today we're going to be walking around and showcasing some of the features of this motorcycle, some of the upgrades and modifications that were done to it during our build, and kind of give you guys an overall feel of the whole project. And also we're going to do some startup and exhaust notes for you guys. So I'm going to break this up into some chunks and cover it kind of in segments. For this next part, I think I'm just going to walk around and kind of go over some main features and changes, show you guys a little bit about every part of this bike. So let's dive right in and get started with some details. All right, guys, diving right in. First, I want to go over something you might notice. If you noticed on the photos of this motorcycle, it did not have these frame struts installed. When we got this donor bike, it did come with these, and we sent them off to be powder coated to match the frame. We weren't sure if we were gonna showcase it with them on or with them off, but we decided for this video we would install them and show you kind of what they do. It was a practice used to help stiffen the frame for a little tighter cornering, a little more race-inspired feel to the frame. And this one's actually really nice because it is part of the frame. It's not like a clip-on one, so pretty high quality frame strut there. And I thought that was cool to showcase today while we went on our walk-around video. And as I mentioned earlier, this does have dual spark plugs. So there is one on the bottom here and one on the top. And that is done by adding a second coil and an upgraded ignition system to help firing in the piston and make sure that the firing sequence is spot on, the timing is always true, and it gives you a better spark and just overall better performance from the engine here. So really nice upgrade for these particular bikes. And now I think we're gonna jump just kind of up front here and start here, and I'll just kind of show some detailed shots of everything and just call out the points when I see it, and we'll go from there. So this bike is a single front disc. On the other side, just a clean fork tube lower. And down below with the exhaust, we have our 16-inch slash cut shorty exhaust and our black header wrapped headers. Down here, I want to make a quick note. The battery is actually installed right down here under the gearbox, and it is a lithium ion battery, very light and compact. And if you notice in front of me right here, this is the charging dongle that will plug into the supplied charger to maintain a good battery health and to ensure that it's fully charged so that you have instant startup every time when the bike is not in use. And back here we do have a Bmw rear brake. So unlike some of the other models with drum brakes, this does have the Bmw rear brake system. Coming over here, I want to note out this is a license plate holder. And there's that dual plug on this side as well. Bobber style solo seat. And up here on the dash, you can see a readout of some LED indicators. This far left one here is going to be your turn left. Actually, let's turn it on and take a look. So the key is mounted down here on the side of the starter cover. Turn that on. Okay, so we have a turn signal left. This red light here is our oil pressure. We have no oil pressure because the bike is off, so that is illuminated. The bike is in neutral. This is a blue LED to indicate high beam, and this is your turn right indicator. If we come back here, we can see under the seat is mounted the tail light. And over here on this hand control, the lower button here is going to be your start and stop. This is your turn right. And this is an open auxiliary. So anything can be programmed here if you wanted to add hand warmers on and off for that, a cell phone charger, anything that would require a switch. This is a momentary switch and it is open for any auxiliary. And over on this side, we have turn left indicator. This is your horn, and this is the high beam, low beam actuator. And we're gonna go into a little bit more detail about that and cover some more of the electronic features that this bike has in an upcoming segment. So moving right into the electronic features of this motorcycle. This bike was rewired with the M-Unit Blue by Moto Gadget, and the blue stands for Bluetooth. So it is a Bluetooth and GPS enabled smart bus. And what that did was it allowed us to rewire this whole bike without the use of fuses or relays. The M-Unit itself takes care of all of that internally. It has MOSFET switching technology. So if a fuse were to trip on this bike, per se, the remedy for that would be to cycle the key on the battery off and then on. And what that did was reset the breaker, and the bike was ready to go again as if you were to replace a fuse. A really important part of the blue feature on this model is the keyless go feature. So with it being Bluetooth, you can actually program your cell phone to be the key of this motorcycle. When you have the app downloaded and programmed with the keyless feature on, as you approach the bike, you will see the turn signal indicators flash once, and that is showing you that the bike is unlocked. It has recognized that the phone key is near, and you can jump right on, hit the start button, and you can take right off. And when you are done, you shut the bike down, and as you walk away, it'll flash twice, allowing you to see that the bike is locked in its off position and the alarm has been set. And the alarm feature of the M-Unit Blue is pretty slick, to where you can program the alarm to trigger a silent alarm. Because it's enabled to your cell phone, what it'll do is if the bike is moved, touched, attempted to be stolen, it will actually send a notification to your phone with a GPS location of its current location. And that can be turned up or down on the sensitivity. It can be kind of annoying if you're just moving around the garage and the alarm goes off and your phone's kind of blowing up. And it can also be programmed to signal a audible alarm with the horn pulsing, the lights are flashing, and ping notifications to your cell phone. All of those can be adjusted and turned on and off depending on the needs that you would for that feature. The M-Unit Blue also has a lot of technology inside of it to where you can change certain functions of the bike. The biggest one being is you can reprogram the way the rear brake behaves, and by turning on a pulsing sequence, you can have it strobe for 5 seconds and then stay solid. There is a lot of features like that within the app that you can change the bike and customize lighting, garage lighting. The headlight can stay on for 30 seconds after the bike is turned off, stuff like that. There's so many things to go over in this small video, but those are the large ones that I wanted to make sure I covered with you guys and get you kind of the information on the main parts of the M-Unit. And for the next part here, I think we're ready for a startup and get it fired up, get down low by the tips and let you hear some exhaust sounds. And I might do some riding postures. I might get on it and show you how it looks, how it feels when someone's actually sitting on it. And that might conclude the video. So let's jump into some fun stuff. Let's start it up, get it fired, let you guys hear what it sounds like. All right, guys, now the moment we've all been waiting for. We're gonna fire it up and get down here low by the exhaust tips, give it some good revs, and let it recover back to idle, and you can get a good sense of how this guy sounds when it's running. It's pretty cold in the garage. It's maybe 30 degrees. It may have, it's cold, hasn't been ran yet. So it may have a little bit of difficulty cranking over, but we'll see how it does in the cold here. Turn the key on, confirmed we are in neutral. Let's turn this bar over, and here we go. And there it was, guys. Beautiful sounding engine. And I think we're gonna move right into some riding postures for you. All right, I got my phone here in a tripod, set up pretty good, I think, for this. And we're gonna be demonstrating some of the riding postures, how it looks with somebody actually on it. I'm about 5'10", 140, 145. So that will give you at least some indication as to what it may look like with you on it. And we'll jump right on it and go over some of those postures for you. Okay, so here I am, about 5'10", very easy to flat foot. It's almost like I'm sitting on a stool. Sits nice and low. I'm standing up, even tippy toe. Very light bike. Total control, no worry about dropping or anything. Recover from a pretty aggressive lean. Let's get our feet on the pegs here. And just a very natural feel. I don't feel like I'm straining anywhere. I don't feel like I'm too top heavy. Very comfortable. The bars are at a really nice height. I don't feel like I'm leaned over too far or like I want to lay on the tank, although that is a nice position to be on if you're on a highway, just to keep the wind off you a little bit. But this is probably position that you would most likely be on it riding for any form of or style of riding. But like I mentioned, you can kind of hump down, lay your chest on the tank. But overall, very comfortable. Like I said, good handlebar height and also spread on it. You tuck your knees in, get pretty aerodynamic on it. Very comfortable. All right, guys, that pretty much wraps it up for this 79 R100 with the dual plug conversion. Some frame struts going on, a lot of unique stuff. The M unit blue gives your phone the ability to become your key, and also a lot more cool features. We thought it turned out really nice. Beautiful bobber build. Cafe Racer bobber. And that about wraps up everything we need to go over. Thanks for watching.